Hi friends, Tracy Bish here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you've clicked play. I'm taking part in the Global Monthly Video Hop for May. This is a group of Stampin' Up demonstrators from around the world. We get together every month with a new theme, and this month's theme is fun folds. So I'm actually doing a tri-fold angle card for something different. I'm using the Taco Fiesta stamp set as well as the stylish shape dies, and I've got my kit all here ready to go to create with. We're using stamping blends to colour with, and you can choose your colours around a little bit if you'd like, but I really was happy with what I'd chosen. So I've got a granny apple green card base, and you can find all the measurements in the over on the blog, and there is a link to that blog post in the description of this video. So I've just scored the cardstock, and I don't have the measurements right in front of me, so I'm not going to tell you what they are. But to make the angle card, I measured from the bottom up at 2 inches, and then I'm just going to cut from that 2-inch mark up to the center scoreline card on the card. So creates that trifold angle card. Very, very easy to do, so which makes it great. So I have a piece of basic white for the inside of the card, and then we're going to cut down this other piece of basic white to layer on the front of the card. So once again, we're marking it at the 2-inch mark, and then I am just cutting it on that diagonal mark to get that nice angle, and then we're chopping it in half. And like I said, all the measurements are over on my blog. I just don't have them in front of me, and I don't want to give you the wrong measurements. So we have our 2 pieces for the inside of front of the card, and then we just need that second one for when we open that flap. And like I've just done, you can either turn one of those pieces around and cut from that angle, or you can measure it at that 2-inch mark again and cut, making sure that you're cutting it on the correct angle. So I'm just making sure that I have them on the right sides, because we're going to stamp now, and you don't want to stamp on the wrong side. So using the Taco Fiesta stamp set, this is a $1 million stamp set from Erica Serwin, and it's a really fun one. I do love everything nachos, tacos. I just think it's a really cute set. So we're using granny apple green, old olive, real red, sweet sorbet, and daffodil delight. And I'm just trying to think what other colours there are. I think that might be it. So when you're doing random stamping like this, the tip is you want to use your largest stamp first, giving it a good symmetry. So you're stamping your larger image and going on opposite sides. I usually recommend, depending on how big your cardstock is, but for this one I've stamped that avocado 3 times, 3 or 4 times, just depending on the piece. And then you go down in sizes to be able to fit things in, and then your smaller stamps are just for little fillers. So it's a really easy way of doing it. So I've stamped them in the colors inks, and then I'm coming back through with the stamping blends, which are fantastic. Now you could also stamp every single one of those in Memento and then color in. They would certainly stand out a lot more. I think by doing it this way, they're a little bit more subdued, which I really liked. I didn't want it to be, in your face. But we do have granny apple green, sweet sorbet, daffodil delight, pumpkin pie light is what I've used for those Dorito chips or corn chips, and bronze I've used for the seed of the avocado. Now on my sample I actually just coloured it all in green, and yeah, I didn't really like it all that much, so I just coloured the seed in the granny apple green. This way I've actually coloured in the whole avocado, and I think it looks really, really great. So there's actually a few different things that I've done different on this card, so I will point those out as I go. But I really love the colours with this. There's a Mexican hat, there's lime, there's chili, there's corn chips, an avocado, jalapeno chili I think they are, and I think they're green, but I didn't want too much green on there. But anyway, I've also stamped the inside of my card with the sentiment and 4 of these little guacamole bowls with Memento Tuxedo ink, and then I'm colouring them in with Granny Apple Green and Daffodil Delight. Now I've gone in with, and I don't know how well that picks up, but with the Daffodil Delight I've coloured it in with the light and then added some definition on the sides and then coloured it in again. It just makes the bowl look like it has some really nice shadows, which is great. So using my stylish shape dies, I've die cut those 3 circles. Granny Apple Green for this card. I did use Old Olive on my sample card. I wanted it to keep it nice and bright. I think it was too dull before, so we've made it with Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to stamp the corn chips in Granny Apple Green on that Granny Apple Green circle. Alright, so I'm gluing in with our liquid glue. And honestly, this is a really easy card, so you can work it out that we're just popping all the layers together. If you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used on today's card, you can certainly purchase them in my online store. I would love to spoil you as your demonstrator. We have a handmade card as well as a bundle tutorial for every order, and I have some wonderful specials each time as well. All the other demonstrators have created some wonderful projects, so please go over and check that out. You can go over to my blog and see all the tutorials that are available. Until next time, have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.